I'm Chronix, and this is Crystal from the most extreme wrestling, and this is your Raw review for July 8th, 2013.
Yay!
And tonight is Vicky Guerrero's evaluation.
That's
and
right.
We're all super excited, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Money in the Bank is this Sunday. So you know what that means. Rob Van Dam's going to return. I thought that he might even come back one time before the pay-per-view, but he didn't do that. I was way too optimistic. Alright, so Vicky Guerrero, she comes out and she climbs the ladder all the way to the top. She climbs the ladder where the Money in the Bank is hanging from the rooftop. She says that she has climbed up and gotten to where she is in a male-dominated sport or company or whatever. Companies like General Electric, IBM, etc. And I guess that's true.
I mean, yeah, most corporations dominated by men.
Because she's like
Pretty much a fact.
She's like the associate producer of General Manager Studies or something.
I have no idea what her title is.
Well, anyway, she's some sort of general manager.
She's the interim general manager for
Which, that's where all that comes from, because she has a title position in the show. They have this poll, and the poll is like, has Vicky Guerrero done a good job? And we're like, we all know how that poll is going to turn out, don't we?
Yep.
And, okay, she says for tonight, she's got a great show for us in store. She's got Cena versus Mark Henry. Well, not really versus, but a face-off. I thought that meant a match.
No, it does not mean a match.
But it turned out that
literally they're going to face off.
Face to face. But see, I thought face-off meant have a match, but I was wrong. Christian's going to have one more match tonight against Kane. I was just like, one more match again. Whatever.
Wait. Oh, like he's supposed to not have matches ever again?
Well, he just keeps saying one more match. And he keeps having one more match.
It's kind of stupid.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Okay.
I don't understand.
Okay.
So, and then Orton versus Punk in the main event. I thought Orton was like technically a SmackDown guy, so does that not matter at all? I don't know. I'm so confused about the brand split.
I don't think there's a brand split anymore. There's like two separate belts, but for no apparent reason.
But Punk on SmackDown, he went to SmackDown and it was a big deal.
Really?
Yeah. So it's like, I don't understand.
It doesn't make sense.
Del Rio's on Raw every week.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe it's only a big deal when people from Raw go to SmackDown.
Or are you saying that's the B show?
Yeah.
Well, see, that's not very nice to SmackDown now, is it?
The truth is not always kind.
But they should at least pretend that it's like just as good. Right?
Why pretend?
Because they can make up anything they want to, but they choose to make it look like a B show. That's just stupid. I mean,
I don't know what to say.
Well, I'm just saying. Like, you could make it look... Quit playing with the puzzle!
I'm sorry! The piece was sticking up.
Jeez,
The piece was sticking up.
So, Sheamus and Daniel Bryan are going to have a match, and that's going to happen now.
Yay.
And I like that.
It was a good match, actually.
The crowd was so crazy. They were so
really
into it. They were, like, excited and chanting, and I was like, I don't know if it's just the crowd that's crazy, or it's because Daniel Bryan's so awesome. But we was to find out...
It was a really good match.
We was to find out later. The crowd was not as great as we thought. But we'll get to that when it comes. Alright, so dude tries to get the clover leaf on Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan says no. And he ends up winning with a roll-up. And he looks up at the Money in the Bank. Sheamus and them, they shake hands as a show of respect to each other. So I guess like...
Which was kind of bizarre.
Yeah, kind of bizarre, because I guess Daniel Bryan's supposed to be like a good guy who's...
Oh, that's right, he turned, right?
Well...
Kind of?
No, that happens later. But they shake hands.
Oh, I thought he was a good guy before. I didn't know. I'm confused on who's good guys and bad guys now.
Well, he rolls up...
The line is so blurred.
He looks at the Money in the Bank kind of like they look at the WrestleMania thing, except no, they just look straight up, because that's where... But they didn't point at it, I don't think. I don't think they just looked at it. Was a thing. And then we got a reporter going to the Wyatt family's compound, because...
This was stupid.
Because the Wyatt family's going to be debuting tonight, and we're super excited about that.
We are super excited about that, but why send a fake reporter to a fake compound? This bothered my suspension of disbelief.
No, this made it better for me.
No, and then this segment was extra dumb, because it's just him walking up to two people in the country asking for directions.
That set it up as
How is that weird?
That set it up as being creepy. Because
That's only creepy to men. Men think that asking for directions is creepy and unnatural and strange.
No. Not asking for... You're telling me if you was the reporter and you went by yourself to this creepy place, you would not be creeped out by the not only are the Wyatt family crazy and weird, the people who are normal people are weird. And
they looked like regular rednecks.
But they look creepy.
We used to live down the street from people who looked just like that.
And did you want to go to their house and talk to them? No.
No, I did
And
not.
would you ever, because they're creepy? The guy had a chicken in the back of his truck.
Okay, you've had chickens in the back of your truck. Let's be fair.
No, I haven't.
I think there's been a chicken in the back of your truck.
I would not have done
that. There was a chicken in the yard, at least.
Well, it wasn't in my truck.
Okay.
Anyways.
Point being, this segment was not creepy, it was just stupid.
No, because it set it up as it was going to be creepy later on. But, okay, let's just talk about all the segments, because I don't know when else they popped up. So the next one was, they, show up at the house, and he's like, I've been expecting you, I think. And that was creepy.
The next one he saw the dude with the lamb face chopping wood in the yard, which was creepy.
Exactly.
Asking for directions from a redneck, not creepy.
The asking directions was not creepy.
Then why the heck did it have its own special segment?
It's not the fact that they asked for directions. It was the fact that when they rolled up into town, it was already creepy. And when they talked about him, it was like, oh, you really want to go to their house? Because those dudes are messed up even to us.
They didn't say that. They just said, you'll know it when you see it.
With their body language and whatnot. And the words that they chose.
I'm sorry, I couldn't tell from the low quality camera that the reporter had.
So then when they go into the house, he's like, don't be led astray or whatever, but he does. He goes in that room. That was weird. They got the lantern and everything. Bray Wyatt is like, here, I've been waiting on you. And then he tells them his spiel. And it was all very creepy, wasn't it?
That was all creepy, except for the directions part.
You don't get that part, so we'll move on. You don't understand it.
But the whole rest of it was creepy.
Yes.
It still kind of bothered my suspension of disbelief. It was a little bit too far, but it was still creepy and it was okay.
I thought bringing a reporter to their house was great.
I thought that was...
I don't know how else you would have done it.
Since when does the WWE have reporters?
They have people go to people's houses and stuff and interview them.
When does that happen?
Stone Cold Steve Austin had...
well, you're bringing something from almost 10 years ago now.
Yeah, the guy, Hermaphrodite, whatever, at dude's house.
Hermaphrodite and the dude.
Where dude had a gun.
This is descriptive.
Where Brian Pillman had a gun.
Now I know what you're talking about.
Michael Cole interviewing DX when they got together.
Michael Cole's an announcer, not a reporter.
Anyways.
Continue.
You just don't understand.
I don't.
But anyways, Dolph Ziggler and AJ... They're like whatevs to each other or something, and they're taking selfies with their photos, or I don't know. They're like hanging out, and I didn't know that Dolph Ziggler and AJ had a problem with each other, but apparently they do.
Well, no, they were cool. It's just that Dolph got upset because she wasn't there to support him. She was out chasing Caitlyn or something. So he wants her to support him so they can be a power couple and not be chasing after Caitlyn and get distracted. He wants her support.
Well, she's got a championship.
I know, but she was not there to support him.
And he's got Big E.
I know, but she wasn't there.
I just don't get that.
You wouldn't get mad if I wasn't at some big event for you?
I don't know.
Exactly.
But it just, I don't know, it just didn't seem natural.
See, that seemed fine to me.
It just seemed like that came out of the blue. It seems just like, oh, well, we could tag this onto it. It just didn't seem like something that was planned out.
I thought it was okay.
It just felt strange to me. But anyways, AJ's like, we're going to be champions again.
Yeah,
and they said that we're going to go all the way.
Yeah, they made a teenager sex joke.
Yeah, they did. I know. They did. But anyways, moving on, Mark Henry is going to be going against Cena. They're going face to face. And before they do this, they show the Mark Henry tweet. And I'm like, there's no threat like a Twitter threat.
It's true.
I mean, really, when somebody threatens me on Twitter, I'm like, I better lock my doors. You know what I mean? Because that's frightening, alright?
Yeah.
So the Shield versus Tons of Fun, which I didn't put Tons of Fun, I wrote Tons of something else. And they had matching suits that looked incredibly ridiculous.
Holy crap, they're an official tag team?
Yes.
I thought they just randomly threw them together.
They did, but they became an official tag team.
And they have matching leotards. I saw that and was just like, what is going on?
And
I didn't realize it
Tensai.
was official.
And,
oh my gosh.
and Tensai did a sonic spinball into the corner. Like, it was hilarious.
That was greatness.
I mean, it's probably the best thing Tensai's ever done in his career so far. I mean, as Tensai.
Sonic spinball in the corner. He did. It was pretty effective, too.
It was.
Yeah.
And Seth Rollins, I don't know what it is about his matches, but every single match that this man is in, I think there's a point where he dies every match. Because he, like, the way he gets tossed around, I really feel, I look at him and I'm like, oh my gosh. Did he just, like, is he going to the hospital later on?
I suppose that's a good thing, though.
It is a good thing, as long as he's not actually getting hurt.
Well, yes. True.
Alright, so, Mark Henry and Cena yes.
You didn't specify.
They do the face-off, and you noticed when Cena took his shirt off.
He had his armbands on under his shirt.
Yeah, so, like, the armbands were here.
Ready to go.
And his shirts were here. So he had to be backstage and went, oh yeah, well, I'll put my shirt on now. It's just, I don't know, it did seem weird.
It was funny to me, and I just noticed it instantly because it was unnatural, and it made it clear that he was planning on taking his shirt off the whole time.
And Mark Henry beat the crap out of Cena, I believe.
This was a good, the talking part of this was really good. Mark Henry and John Cena going back and forth was a really good promo for both of them, I thought. However, the John Cena, I can't pick you up thing was kind of stupid because he, like, picked him up recently.
Times.
I mean, that was just stupid to me because we all know he can pick him up.
I know, but if you got to do it before the pay-per-view, so then people have that doubt.
I know, but...
And at WrestleMania, that was the same outcome as Ryback, right? Ryback got collapsed. Trying to pick him up, and he lost. Ryback lost at WrestleMania to Mark Henry. I kind of remember that.
I don't remember.
But I think they're kind of going for that same thing. Orton cuts a promo.
It was horrible and boring.
I
don't understand. You tell me he used to be good. I just don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't get it.
Alright, so Chris Jericho taking on Curtis Axel. The Miz on commentary, and you pointed out the Miz's future is on commentary.
The Miz's future, I just see it. He just fits in that chair.
The sad thing is...
Sorry to say, but...
The future is now.
Yeah, that's true.
Because, I mean, what else does the man do?
Also... Curtis Axel, following the footsteps of Landy Borton, gave an even worse promo. Like, the crowd was, like, completely silent. Even when he finished...
They were being very boisterous before.
Yes. Even when he finished, there was, like, 3 guys that were like, boo! Yeah. And then there was this dude standing behind him going...
Oh, and
it was just stupid.
And Paul Heyman, cut the meat of that promo, which was great. He also was wearing the sunglasses because on SmackDown he got hit in the face with Del Rio or whatever. I watched SmackDown. I totally forgot to do the review. Whoops. But... Oh,
yeah, you were like, I'm going to do my SmackDown review.
Yeah, it's actually a few pages back. But anyways, they have a match. Chris Jericho wearing the purple and everything. The crowd, yeah. And... Dude, they hit the code breaker. Chris Jericho wins, and the winning streak for Curtis Axel is over. He beat Triple H, 5 times?
I don't know.
You know?
But not really. He hasn't really beaten anybody.
I know, but I mean, he won all these matches. He beat Sin Cara 3 times. All these big people, and Chris Jericho just shuts him down.
I don't think I realized that happened.
What? That he's been on a winning streak?
Yeah. And I definitely didn't realize the significance of Chris Jericho beating him tonight. I totally missed all that.
Yeah, well, Chris Jericho beat him, so...
Good for Chris Jericho. I just don't know about Curtis Axel.
I don't know.
I think the dude's boring. I was on the fence about him, and then came tonight.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I think I'm leaning towards the...
Maybe you just don't understand old school, because he's old school. I don't know.
He's 25.
I don't know.
He's not old school.
I don't know. I'm just trying to think of an argument.
And he actually said the old school was stupid, so...
Did he say that?
Well, I mean, right? He said he was better than all them and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that's true.
So, there you go.
The Rhodes Scholars, Zeb Coulter, and all the heels that are in the Money in the Bank. They are arguing, and then Fandango comes in and tries to interrupt, which was funny, and then the bare knuckle champion hit him right square in the face.
Which was also funny. And
it is weird that the entire Money in the Bank for the younglings are all bad guys.
Yeah, that was strange. But it was just... That segment was pretty good, I thought. Jeff Coulter's ranting about America and losing its money was kind of random, but it made sense when Wade Barrett came out.
Sin Cara versus Del Rio. Now,
But it was
Sin
good.
Cara gets to have his mood lighting. I don't know why this time, but he does. Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. World Heavyweight Champion, he gets to have it, but random match, there is no mood.
I forgot to tell you this story. So I was talking to this dude.
Okay.
Hasn't watched wrestling in a while. Used to watch it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, I think I heard that Rey Mysterio's not there anymore. And I was like, you're right. Dude's had too many surgeries. He's gone. And then he's like, but they got that other guy with the mask that's replacing Rey Mysterio. And I had to be like, no. Like, no.
He sucks.
Like this dude is not a Rey Mysterio replacement. He's like the sucky version of Rey Mysterio. He's just a dude with a mask. That's like the only similarities. He was like, okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to share that.
Well, Rey Mysterio.
Not sure how pertinent that was, but
was not very pertinent. But Rey Mysterio has kind of gone as well. But Sin Cara, no one falls like that man. And so yeah, this match went on for a while. Jerry the King Lawler tries to plug everybody's Twitter, but he plugs himself and expects everyone else to join in, and he's left out in the cold. So
but Jerry the King Lawler, he what's it called? Trended. He trended.
He trended at the beginning of the show for absolutely no reason.
Yeah, which was funny. Nobody else trended.
Well, I don't think that's true. But
I mean, announcer-wise.
Dolph Ziggler comes out and said, what I did to Ricardo Rodriguez, I didn't know that he gave him the wellness policy, but anyways, he's going to attack Del Rio, and then Del Rio attacks him or something, and then the match is over because Del Rio went out and started fighting him. I don't know. So the job evaluation. Vicky Guerrero said that she inspired The Undertaker to return.
That was ridiculously funny.
She brought Brock Lesnar back. And Stephanie's like, that was a bad idea.
No, Stephanie pointed out she brought Brock Lesnar back, and Brock Lesnar was bad and hurt her daddy and her
baby's
baby daddy.
Yeah, and Vince was like, Brock was a good idea.
And I was like, thank you, Vince. More and more, I think you're a face, because I just keep siding with you every time.
Vicky Guerrero's very entertaining, and
I was like, you're right, Vince.
And, yes, and Vince thinks that she should be the permanent general manager, which she pretty much technically has been, right? Even though that's not officially her title.
Pretty much. And this woman has been fired more than anybody else.
True. So she'll probably just come back.
I mean, she's got saying out of the arena, I don't know how many times.
So Stephanie says that, since us McMahons can't really make a decision.
Oh yeah, because Triple H does not want her there at all. Vince does want her there. Stephanie does not want to get caught in the crosshairs.
I don't know. I mean, I just don't get it. Like, their little conflict against each other. I don't understand what the point is.
I don't get it either.
But anyways, Stephanie says, alright, now we're going to let the WWE audience decide by voting on an app that nobody wants or downloads.
Which is how we all hope that our jobs rly on.
Yes, I mean...
Masses of children with apps.
And people who vote sarcastically, too. And don't, really say what they mean. It's not a very good judge of how people really think on a WWE app, don't you think? But whatever. That's okay. So, they unanimously say that she fails. And I'm like...
Everyone is shocked.
And she's got 2 words. Oh, it's so cute when she says that. She's got 2 words for Vicky.
It was really stupid when Stephanie said it. I'm sorry.
She said,
it's only cool.
You're fired.
It's only cool when Vince does it.
I
or
know.
Donald Trump.
Yeah, so... and then they started the Goodbye Vicky chant, and Vicky pleads, she goes crazy.
Vicky did an awesome job of going completely effing ballistic.
That makes me just all the more sad that she's going to leave.
I know.
Because she can generate so much hatred.
I mean, ballistic.
And she's so good at being so bad, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so then is this where we have the backstage segment?
Well, this is later because Vince says, are you people happy?
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't her that failed. It was you that failed, fans and everything. And I was like, oh.
And he says, I'm going to give you what you deserve. Brad Maddox.
As the permanent general manager. And I'm like, oh, God.
Worst idea ever.
I mean, I like Brad Maddox, but
also,
really...
Look, think about this. If they wanted to further the conflict between the McMahons, they should have had Stephanie pick a side.
Instead of just being like, alright, Triple H, Stephanie, and Vince, we can't decide, so let's let the fans decide.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? If they wanted to further the storyline and increase the heat, they need to have they need to actually have a battle.
They could have Stephanie say, "You're fired," and then Vince get mad and be like, "You can't do that."
Yeah.
You know, or something.
Anything.
There's some tension. But instead, just being like, "Hey guys, who do you think should vote?" Like, I don't get that.
I know. I didn't like it.
It puts it up, I don't know. Brad Maddox is the general manager, and then backstage, she's going all crazy.
Oh yeah, so Vince is comforting Vicky, which was kind of sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And then Brad comes up and he sticks his hand out to Vince, and Vince looks at his hand and is like, "How long are you gonna leave your hand outstretched like that?" Which I thought was hilarious. I love Vince McMahon. Anyways, so then Vicky went completely insane and starts attacking the crap out of Brad and like screaming and trying to beat him, and Vince is like pulling her off. It was really funny, and then Vince is like looking at Vicky, and the touching moment is over, and he's just like, "You messed up my jacket," and then he walks off.
Yep.
I love Vince.
And Vicky.
And Vicky.
We're gonna get together.
I don't know about all that. We just need to be friends.
Okay,
Just be friends.
Let's just be friends.
Let's just be friends.
Alright, so Kane and Christian have a match. As soon as Christian comes out, it says Michael McGillicutty, which begs the question,
Oh yes, you noticed this.
why is this still in the reel of names that can be displayed?
You said steal in the reel instead of still in the reel. You rhymed it.
Shouldn't they just delete that name or put it on the back burner or take it off the dang thumb drive there, Johnny? I mean, really? Why have a guy who's not... Why didn't they just have Kane come out and it says Isaac Yankum? You know what I mean? Like, obviously they don't actually have that name on file, but still, it just doesn't make any sense. And why was it there? But it was played for Christian. I don't know if Christian noticed. But
I don't think anyone noticed but you.
He's got so much charisma, he just rolled on. But Kane ended up beating him. And poor old Christian. He had his one more match, but he'll have one more match on SmackDown maybe, and then one more match at Money in the Bank. So the Wyatt family finally debut after such a great build.
This was cool.
And they got this lantern.
Yeah, the lantern
Completely
was cool.
dark arena, and dude with the goat mask, I was like, thumbs up.
This was really cool.
And they started attacking the crap out of Kane.
You were hoping that they would have the reporter tied up with them, but they did not.
See, wouldn't that be the greatest thing ever? They did this whole build-up with the reporter. The reporter's freaked out every single second of the time. He goes to their house, super freaked out. Then they show up, lights are out, lights come back on. That dude is hogtied.
Or
that's horrifying.
Or would have been even more horrifying if they came out and threw an arm in the arena and were like, "Here's your reporter."
And you're the one talking about ridiculous, unbelievable.
If you're gonna go there, just go all the way.
That they killed the reporter.
They just chopped his arm off.
They just chopped his arm off. They just chopped his arm off. Anyways.
We were talking about what would be creepy. I was just,
Yeah, it's a little further than creepy. But anyways, Wyatt family comes out, they attack Kane, and they leave him laying, and they start chanting Husky Harris. And that's when the fans officially get on just the stupid side. I hate to say that, but I mean really, like, you kind of ruined it there. Like, I don't get it. Why do fans do that? You know, it kind of ruins everything when they're like, he's Husky Harris.
That's his name.
I mean, that was his name before, remember? He was big fat guy.
No.
No.
But,
well, that
is stupid, but it didn't really bother me that much.
I don't know. It bothers me, because it spoils the moment.
It didn't spoil the moment for me.
It makes people at home perhaps feel like that this is a joke and not to be taken seriously.
Like the entire wrestling show?
No, I mean just their debut. But anyways,
okay.
Strange moment where Ryback hugs Vicky backstage and says that you deserve better. And see what I'm saying? You deserve better than Vince. You deserve some Ryback.
I don't think that's where Ryback was going with that.
Feed me more.
I don't think that's where he was going with that.
They could go on a date, and they could go to Olive Garden for endless salad, and he could say, "Feed me more," and Vicky Guerrero could just be smiling away. Everyone loves Olive Garden. Well,
I love
actually,
Olive Garden too.
somebody told me on a Q&A they didn't like Olive Garden. And I
What?
was just like,
Who
well,
doesn't like Olive Garden?
somebody told me on the comment section, because I mentioned that before. And I was like, okay. Alright, so AJ and Alicia Fox versus Layla and Caitlyn. Match lasted about 2 seconds.
This is double standard, because Dolph doesn't come and stand next to the ring for her matches.
You know what? Dang it, you're right. Take that belt off of AJ. So
No, AJ needs the belt. I was.
You
just
know
saying,
what? You bring up a great.
Go ahead.
You bring up a great point because he wasn't there.
He's never there.
And she got laid out at a spear by Caitlyn, and this ended the match. So see,
he was all mad at her for not supporting him, but he got to get his butt out there and support her.
But see, you saw through the storyline because now he wasn't there, and she got laid out. So you're right.
Yeah.
That's going to come up again. It has to.
AJ
is
not going to take that crap.
So no contest. And now the main event with Blandy Orton, as you call him, and CM Punk. Huh?
Blandy Borton.
Well, whatever. And after CM Punk wins, Daniel Bryan comes down and does the yes kicks and gets the ladder and hits Orton with the ladder and then climbs the ladder and retrieves Money in the Bank. And you know what? I say that's cool. Good enough for me. He's got the Money in the Bank. Is he not the Money in the Bank holder? He's holding the Money in the Bank. So technically, I think he should be the winner.
I wondered that the whole time I've watched wrestling, and they had it just hanging up in the middle of the ring, like...
Just go get it.
Why not?
I mean, the contract is already written. Maybe
I know, like, you could just, I mean, technically, you could just open it, sign the contract, hand it over, and you're done.
Well, I mean, if they got Michael McGillicutty's name on the Titantron thumb drive, they might as well get the PDF of the Money in the Bank contract out of there.
It's true.
I mean, it only makes logical sense.
It's true.
But anyways, that was Raw. It was better than I was expecting.
It wasn't bad.
And I even forgot that this was the go-home episode of Money in the Bank where Rob Van Dam returns. I'm super freaking excited for that.
I'm really excited.
I am excited.
The king of the Big Butt Club.
It's the Ghetto Booty Club. You don't even know your own
Ghetto
clubs.
Booty Club.
Anyways.
I can give the club a new name if I want to.
No, you don't, because that name sucks.
Ghetto Booties.
But that was Raw.
It was Raw.
And it was great.
And I know y'all are happy to have me back.